The crash that happened in San Antonio in 2022 is really going to affect what's going to happen in 2023. San Antonio announces 14 affordable housing projects to include literally a tower in the middle of downtown that's going to be affordable housing. Homes are sitting on the market 50% longer than last year. Thousands of businesses have left the San Antonio downtown area according to the Postal Service. And San Antonio Metro named as a market to watch in 2023. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? I'm going to explain. I'm Trey with the Calvary Group, brokered by Real. Let's look at big picture and what they predict is going to happen in 2023 in the US. Now we know that mortgage rates have come down since the peak in mid-November. So home sales may be close to reaching a bottom in the current cycle, said Yun. So they're saying November happened to be a peak. When the peak happened, you have house prices that stayed on the market, but affordability tanked, which is why there wasn't so much demand in the housing market. Inventory levels are still tight, which is why some homes for sale are still receiving multiple offers. A hard pill to swallow is that we technically have too little homes for sale even when homes are sitting on the market. You're probably thinking there's plenty of homes to choose from, and honestly I agree. There's over 10,000 homes here for sale in San Antonio, every price range, every lot size, and I feel like this is a pretty neutral market or even a buyer's market. And according to this Forbes article, they're only expecting it to drop another 5%. Some markets nationally drop 20%, 25%. Here in San Antonio, we've only really seen a 10 to 15% drop. I'm taking in this information like the housing market is at rock bottom right now. In the last year, foreclosures are now up 167% and now within range with pre-pandemic numbers. This Forbes article, they asked, should I buy a home in 2023? And their best answer was, it's a personal decision. A huge factor in buying a home is going to be the interest rate because it makes it affordable. The lower the interest rates, the better the affordability, but then the bidding wars come back. Do you want to pay a higher interest rate and eventually refinance, or do you want to pay a higher price and pay all your own loan fees and bid over 50, 40,000, buy them Disney tickets? The decision is yours. According to the Norada Real Estate Investment website, mortgage rates are expected to fall further in the new year as a result of taming inflation expectations. That was from the chief economist at Redfin, and if rates start to come down, you have affordability improvement. Now the prediction for San Antonio. I'm such a huge fan of this city because it's so versatile and home prices don't fluctuate as much as other major cities. One term that is becoming more common is the gap of San Antonio and Austin closing, now being called the San Antonio New Braunfels Metro or the Greater San Antonio area. The major prediction here, which I 100% agree with, is here home values have gone up 25.5% the past year. Zillow predicts they will rise 13.5% by the end of April 2023. Redfin saying that rates are going to go down. Zillow is saying that the homes are going to appreciate. Both are not my favorite real estate companies, but they have a lot of data to read. Here soon we're going to get into exact areas of San Antonio that I think are going to be the biggest booms. If you watch my videos and read the comments, people blow it up over not moving here and deterring you from moving here. And this comment on my last video really takes the cake. Before we get into the areas, this graph's gonna show the real estate trends that happened in 2020. Right in the November peak of interest rates, you have buyer demand plummeting. And after buyer demand plummeting, you have people that don't really want to sell their home. People don't want to sell their home, buyer demand plummeted, but median home price actually went up. From January all the way to November, it went up. Even though there's less homes that are sold and buyer demand is down, you have people that are willing to pay a higher price for a home here in San Antonio. The San Antonio metro area named as a market to watch in 2023. It has more affordable areas where more renters can buy a median home price. The city's strong population growth also caught researchers' attention. Between 2020 and 2021, San Antonio gained the largest number of newcomers according to census data. The same data that showed nearby New Braunfels gained the 5th highest share of newcomers related to its population. In my other video, I named Travis County as the #1 county that's in migrating to San Antonio, so there are more Austinians here. Other areas where the city performed well were job growth and affordability. Everything goes back to affordability. Compared to other major Texas cities, because I don't really care what happens in the US, San Antonio is the most affordable when you compare numbers, goods and services, and jobs. Another article from San Antonio Business Journal, inflation to underscore 2023 housing market as San Antonio is poised to recover better than other Texas cities. Now the Feds turned up the volume with these interest rates, as these young people say, which made people not want to buy. Adam Perdue said what the Feds are trying to do is avoid a recession, but they almost caused the recession because of the higher prices, higher interest rates, and the lower buyer demand. We were close. The last time the Feds met, inflation numbers came out better than expected, which is probably why rates came down a little bit. The prediction is that rates now are going to start leveling off or going down. But remember what the Forbes article said, we still have low inventory, so if the rates come down, you might see the bidding wars come back. But San Antonio is now more expensive. You now need to earn more than $87,000 a year to afford a typical home here in San Antonio. The salary requirement for a median home in San Antonio went up 49.4%. Did you get a 50% pay raise? Because I didn't. 2021, a salary of $58,000 could get you the same home, but now with home prices higher, they're saying you need a household income of $87,000. Do you think $87,000 is high? Despite all this dire statistics, real estate experts say if you're wanting to buy a home and you can afford to, you shouldn't wait. There's opportunity everywhere. Here's the best part, the exact areas where there's gonna be the highest home price. So if prices do tank in 2023, these are gonna be the areas with the biggest wiggle room, and these are the areas that have a lower home price that if the rates go down, the increase of home appreciation is going to skyrocket. Here we have the City of San Antonio map on the KSAT website. You have the Riverwalk right here. Just north of the Riverwalk, you have Alamo Heights, which is an average sales price of $581. And literally right next door is the northeast side, which is about $230,000. A very popular area is gonna be Converse, which is right on 1604. You have Randolph Air Force Base and the 35 corridor, which is on the northeast side, averaging $256,000. This is where Elon's coming, Toyota, all the manufacturing jobs. Just north of the airport is $341,000. If we go far northwest, which is just outside 1604, you have $340,000. And a very popular city of Helotes is $455,000. And if you compare it to San Antonio's south side, $169,000 average price, $207,000, $219,000, $182,000, $225,000. Folks, I feel like there's price points for everybody. And the most expensive average house price is going to be Garden Ridge, which is still in Bexar County, but not in the city of San Antonio limits. I have an average value of $735,000, and of course, everybody's favorite New Braunfels, average value $677,000. San Antonio's housing market is expected to rebound, outpace its neighbor to the north. Who do you think our neighbor to the north is? San Antonio home sales are anticipated to climb 2.5%, and average price is gonna increase by 5%. Folks, the areas of San Antonio, El Paso, these are all lower median home price cities, and that's why you see a much higher spike in affordability and people's ability to buy a home in places like San Antonio, El Paso. Lower cost of living, lower home prices are going to be the most stable. San Antonio and Braunfels home buying are going to go up 2.5% of the number of people buying. Prices are expected to go up 4.6% in San Antonio and 5% in El Paso. If you're looking to move around the San Antonio area, our team would love the opportunity to work with you. Shoot us a message.